Hi, everybody. I'm Supreet from the Progressive Change Campaign Committee National Candidate Training. And I'm so glad because I have the privilege to meet Amy Vilela. She's running in Nevada's 4th District. Her daughter unfortunately passed away because of lack of health care. And her representative said to her face that he had no answer for her, much like a lot of the other representatives. So she decided to run herself. So here, everybody, here's Amy Vilela running from Nevada's 4th District for U.S. Congress.
Thank you for joining us. It's such a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
I'm Courtney with Our Revolution Washington Berniecrats Coalition. I'm vice chair.
Oh, hey.
Rhonda is also with us, but she's in her car traveling. We have Brian, who's outreach. And then we have Oz, also known as Rick Lefebvre. And Oz.
Oh, I know him from online. Yes.
Yeah.
It's my pleasure to finally get to meet you face to face, Amy. I have to say you are one of the most favorite candidates in the history of my political career. And you are a wonderful, wonderful tribute to your daughter. My sincerest sympathies for Shalane, and I admire everything that you're doing for not only her memory, your family, and families across the country. You are my hero. Thank you so much for everything.
It's been quite the journey. You know, going through grief and tragedy. When you first enter into grief and tragedy, sometimes it can feel like there's no purpose and there's no way out. And you know, thankfully, there were a lot of people along the way helping me learn how to turn that grief into power and strength. And I cannot save my daughter, but I will do everything I can to save as many people in this country that I can, and by extension, the world. You know, when I think of loss, when I think of pain, I think about it in very real terms. And I think about, for instance, even with just healthcare, that 30,000 Americans are dying from healthcare. That's 30,000 times the amount of pain and suffering that my family has endured. And I will do whatever I can, I promise, to make sure that we are stopping this and fighting the powers to be and the money in politics so we can get some real legislation for the people, not just for the ultra wealthy.
Thank you. I have a daughter myself, and it breaks my heart to put myself in your shoes. And I thank you. And Washington is actually, we have citizens initiatives. I'm not sure if you have that in Nevada, but we are fighting for universal health care in Washington state. We're hoping to be the first state to put it on the ballot and vote for it, and it would be enacted by November 2019. So we're really excited about that. Do you have any suggestions for us, maybe? I don't know.
Fight. And when you go and you throw your rallies and you're inviting people out, just don't invite the people you know. When I was fighting here in Nevada, I reached across the line. I had Green Party. I even had, I had Republicans out. I had what people would consider more conservative Democrats. I invited them to have speaking, engagements at each of my rallies. People in different communities. Make sure you include people from different communities and give them a speaking role. Have them have a seat at the table. When people have a seat at the table, they own it, and they become active, and they become more participatory. That's so important. People need to feel like they have a voice, and every community has a different healthcare need. So be inclusive. I always would include also like HRC, someone from the Latino community, people from the African American community, vets. That would be my suggestion. Have everybody have a seat at that table and own it with you.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. We are trying, and as the group putting forth the initiative is Whole Washington, and then our group specifically is Washington Berniecrats Coalition. So yeah, your advice is right in line with our habits. So excellent. Keep plugging away. Thank you. Rick?
Amy, could you possibly possibly at some point when you're not horribly busy, honor us with an interview on our Friday show, Progressive Washington, because you exemplify a progressive candidate that we know is never going to let us down. And I'm going to keep working to get you elected no matter how long it takes, whether it's this cycle or the next cycle. We need you to spread your energy and enthusiasm and commitment in Congress. You are a natural leader, and we just can't thank you enough. So if you'd be so kind, when we reach out, would you please consider coming on Progressive Washington for an interview?
Well, of course. I've been watching you guys. I've been watching what you're doing for healthcare. So I will definitely come on. I think you guys are awesome too, and I see how much work you're putting into it. We're all in this together, and I'd love to even come up there, maybe after the primaries.
Oh,
I have a niece up there, so
with open arms. Thank you for everything that you're doing.
yeah.
Appreciate it.
you know, it's everybody else is helping keeping me strong too. You know, when I talk every day and I relive my daughter's death, I do it with the strength and knowing I have this vast community of progressives across this country that are holding me up in spirit, and you all are there for me. It's gonna make me cry.
Yeah. Thank
We're
you.
all in this together, and I know the first thing that got me out of grief was knowing that there were people out there that actually cared. And we need to do that for everybody else and let them know that there are people who care, and we're going to be out there. We're going to fight like hell to make sure that we get the change that's necessary to stop the unnecessary pain and deaths in this country. I'm behind you guys, and I'm following you too. So I have my eyes on you too.
Plays into even what Senator Sanders was saying earlier, is that love and compassion is what's going to save this world.
It is. There's so many people out there that just need direction. And be hard on the issues, soft on the people, like Nina would say.
Yes.
Because there are people out there, I'm reaching across the aisle all the time to Republicans, and they are open. They will listen. Go and talk to them about health care.
Yes.
You got it. You got this.
The policy crosses party lines over and over and over again. Absolutely.
It does. Well, remember why people voted for Trump. It wasn't because the Sanders people didn't go out and vote. We voted.
Yeah, we did.
It was because he was talking about healthcare. He was talking about jobs. He was talking about the economy. And these are all things that everybody wants. So I always tell people, say, well, you know, we just progressives are, no, we need to reach across the table. We need to make sure, because the progressive platform will resonate with any community.
That's right. And I like to say that the voters agree. It's our elected politicians who are disagreeing. And so
it's their pocketbooks that are disagreeing.
That's right.
Let's be real. Definitely.
Well,
I'm running a grassroots campaign, and it's tough. It's tough. We're in that last stretch, and we're trying to get as much support as we can so we can get our signs out, make sure that we've got enough information out there for people. And every progressive is running into this right now, and we're like David and they're Goliath.
Yeah. And
it's the support of the progressive community that's keeping me even viable. So I really thank everyone for that.
What are you doing, because you have such a large geographical area, are you finding that you're doing a lot of traveling? Are you having surrogates, local surrogates?
We're having to spend a lot of money on travel and going out into, I do not want to let our rurals down. They've been let down enough. We need to make sure that we're hearing their needs, and they have very specific needs because of where their community is located and just the economics of, one of the big things in the world I'm hearing everywhere I go is that they don't have any health care. So we were really reaching out to them. We also have it's just a huge territory to cover. You know, we've got to get lots of signs. We've got to get lots of flyers. We've got to do mailers. I'm going up against 3 career politicians. So I've got a lot of work ahead of us. We've got less than 60 days.
Wow. Yeah. When is your primary?
So early voting is the end of May, and our primary is June 12th.
Okay.
So we're on the last bit of it. So we're in the last stretch. We are viable. We have a lot of momentum. We have a lot of volunteers. We are still needing people to help us out, donate, do phone banking. We can take this seat back in November. this seat can be a seat of a progressive and set us up really well for 2020.
Excellent.
Nevada
Yes.
is one of those states we need to get this seat.
Absolutely. And since your primary is in June, we will be collecting signatures for I-1600, the Citizens Initiative for Healthcare, until July 1st. So if you have any cushion room in there, that'd be a good time to visit your niece. And then if not in that time, our primaries are in August. So a visit the beginning of August. So pre-August for a boost of our local candidates would be more than welcome should you make it to Washington. Okay. It'll be a little cooler up here anyway.
Count on it. Y'all can bring me up for my birthday in July.
Oh, fantastic.
That'd be awesome.
Well,
yes, definitely.
Yes. Oz, anything else, Brian?
I actually have one question about Nevada in general. Do they have a signature gathering way of being able to run for office as opposed to a filing fee?
No. And the filing fee really is not expensive. It's only $300. Compared to other states, that's a drop in the bucket, right? Some states are a lot more.
I believe ours is somewhere around $1,300.
No, it's over $1,700. And but we can also collect signatures, but it's the same. We have to have the same number of signatures as we do dollars.
Well, you know, it's $300. Van is very expensive here. It's close to 18 grand. And so, you know, like I said, we're running a very grassroots campaign. We're doing everything we can, wearing multiple hats. We are out there, though. We've knocked on over 10,000 doors. We have made over tens of thousands of phone calls. I'm out in the community and making sure we get the message out there. And they're having a hard time keeping up with me in forums.
Yeah.
Because as you can imagine, I don't mince words.
No.
Unfortunately for them, the last forum, I was the last one to speak on healthcare.
Oh.
So, you know,
I think the planner might have been on your side. I hope you wear comfortable shoes.
Yes. I do now.
I do too. I want to say something. I know you're busy and you got to run, but I just want you to remember, this is what I always say when I talk about you. Go, Amy, go. And we are behind you, and we would love to sponsor an event or host an event with you and Sarah Smith and Dorothy Gasquet and
I love those
Jason. They love you too. So thank you so much again, and I hope to meet you in person when you come up. Thanks so much.
Thank you. For everybody out there, if they're wanting to check out where I'm at amyforthepeople.com. Like, share, donate, volunteer.
Thank you. And we'll be sure to attach that to our message.
All right. Thanks, guys. It was good talking to you.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Thanks.
Just want to clarify for everybody, it's Amy for thepeople.com.
Excellent. Thank you, Supreet.
I'm going to go to the reception and get drunk. Oh, sorry, that's live. Bye.
Bye.